Hey guys, we've got some breaking news to share with you. This is big news for all you Tacoma fans and non-Tacoma fans, and it's news that has not yet been released. Now, we got this information from an insider.
Yes, and it has to do with the upcoming, we think it's going to be the 2024 Tacoma, but we're talking about next generation of the class-leading sales leader in the midsize segment.
So what big news should we start with? Let's start with the stuff that I think is groundbreaking, and that is the powertrain. So what are we able to say about the powertrain in the next Toyota Tacoma, Andre?
Well, so I've been banging on this drum for many, many months, maybe years, because we've seen prototypes of the next Tacoma running around in Colorado, in other states. You guys sent us images of the next Tacoma, and I've said, and I think you've said, and most of us have said, it's going to have a turbocharged engine under the hood. But now we've gleaned more about some of the numbers and what might be under the hood.
All right, so let's not keep waiting any longer. What have we learned from our sources?
It'll have two power plants choices. So a 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, which is now available in other Toyota cars and trucks and SUVs, and a hybrid max, which is their name for their hybrid system, which will combine the 2.4 turbo with the electric motors and four-wheel drive.
So this makes perfect sense. It's a similar strategy that the Tundra follows, right? Where you've got the regular, not naturally aspirated
turbo
engine,
V6, right?
V6, and then there's a hybrid version of it as well. So the biggest difference, of course, is that Toyota is going, at least according to what we have gleaned, and this is, once again, something that is,
This is not a press release from Toyota.
Right. So
this is an insider source.
Yeah. We believe that we trust. So we're looking at a 4-cylinder and a 4-cylinder turbo.
Yeah, but think of the next Tacoma as really a shrunken down Tundra, right? Toyota has said it many times they'll be using their next generation chassis platform, TNGA-F, which is their truck platform. They can shrink it, stretch it, make it wider or narrower, and this prototype we see here in the wild is the next version of that.
And this is not something that's unusual. Obviously, Chevy with the Colorado has also switched to a 2.7-liter 4-cylinder turbo. So it seems that this is the way that the trends are trending.
And the Ford Ranger has been turbocharged since 2019.
Yeah.
So I think they can gain power, torque, and efficiency maybe. And these are the numbers from the Highlander. So if you look up 2023 Highlander that went on sale recently this year, it has a rating of 265 horsepower and 309 pound-feet of torque, according to Toyota. Will the Tacoma have the exact same power rating? Probably not.
Probably not. I would suspect a little bit more.
Maybe a little bit more power and maybe more torque,
yes.
right? Because it's a truck.
It's got to
has to tow potentially. Well, the competition now tows, so the Colorado is rated at 7,700 pounds with a new turbocharged engine, and the Ranger is rated at 7,500 pounds. So the next Tacoma has to be kind of stepping up to that level.
Now, the important thing here is this is not the 2023, but the 2024. So we expected a 2023, but it looks like it's been at least, I shouldn't say delayed, but certainly.
No, it's probably according to their timeline, right?
It's fine. And by the way, guys, if you're looking for, this is a commercial, Andre, blatant commercial. If you're looking for a turbocharged full-size truck, Andre's selling his over at TFL Bids. So go to tflbids.com and check it out. There it is. How much is it up to, Andre? $31,400.
Yeah, so
that's still under market value.
Shameless plug.
Yeah. All right. Let's go back to the Tacoma.
Okay.
So
I want to ask you about this.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
So the next Lexus RX, which is their class-leading, selling premium SUV, has a hybrid max version of their system, which combines a turbocharged engine with electric motors once again. And did you drive this one?
I did drive it, and I found it to be quick and responsive and very powerful. So I thought it was actually really, really good. I'm a big fan of turbocharging. We live up here at 5,000 feet above sea level, and for us, we don't lose as much power and as much torque as like you guys, for instance, would if you didn't live up here. So it's great to have turbos. I love small displacement turbos, and I'm really excited that we're going to this, and I think they're actually really good in trucks.
And here's the numbers on the Lexus RX, and we're not saying this is going to be Tacoma numbers,
Right.
but at least for the RX 500h F Sport Performance, 366 horsepower and 406 pound-feet of torque. But this is what's surprising, Roman. The Lexus RX 500h and the new Crown sedan,
Which also has the same
which
2.4.
has very similar hybrid max powertrain, they both use 6 speeds. So no 10 speeds, no 8 speeds. So maybe Toyota has found, a sweet spot within their 6-speed automatic transmission.
Maybe
there.
the electric motor,
Is helping out.
Is helping out, so you don't need as many gears because you've got an electric motor that's kind of filling in those spaces for you.
And here I have some Toyota Crown specifications that I was looking at, and Toyota Crown is actually rated at 30 mpg combined. So could we expect 30 mpg from the Taco?
It's going to be better than the 3.5 that's in there now, Andre. I guarantee you that.
Yes. So we'll have to wait and see. Here's another spy shot. We can see disc brakes. Current Tacoma has drum brakes in the rear.
The funny one is this guy over here. He's like,
He's saying, please don't.
I know.
Please don't take my picture.
But the rules are, in case
It's
you're wondering,
public.
if you're in public, it's free game.
Look what's hiding behind here. It's a Ranger.
Yeah.
It may have been with them, testing.
Which would make sense.
May have
yeah,
been.
may have been.
Yes.
We don't know.
So what's the second piece of news? So we discussed powertrains.
Yeah, so the second piece of news has to do with the trim level. As you know, currently the top of the line trim level is the TRD Pro, but from our source, we're finding out that there will be a new trim level for the upcoming Tacoma, and it might sit above the TRD Pro. So now we're looking at something that's even more expensive than a TRD Pro, which also makes sense because, let's face it, truck prices have been in a skyrocketing increase over the last 2 years, maybe 3 years. It's
Which a lot of you hate. We know.
Which we hate too. So let's talk about this, the Toyota Trail Hunter.
Yeah. So this was unveiled at SEMA. This was a concept Tundra Trail Hunter. I was there in person. I asked many questions from the Toyota, PR team and their marketing teams, and they basically said expect this on multiple vehicles. That was their statement. So they showed the Tundra. So it kind of makes sense that the Tacoma would also get a Trail Hunter version. And they also told me that think of the Trail Hunter, this is according to Toyota, as kind of a cousin to the TRD Pro, right? So the Trail Hunter will have a unique suspension, but focused more on crawling speeds.
So you're comparing it to like the Gladiator Mojave versus the Gladiator Rubicon, right?
Yeah,
Where one is more of a desert runner and one is more of like a typical Moab rock crawler. So you're saying the Trail Hunter is the rock crawler or the desert runner?
The rock crawler of the one, and also meant for camping, right? And the TRD Pro will still be there. They're not removing it, right? They're not discontinuing it, but they're going to have it as a kind of a faster speed desert runner.
So it may depend on cost, right? Which one sits above which one. I mean, maybe Toyota's looking at it as they're just two different trim levels based on two different needs or two different use case scenarios, right? But whichever one costs more, and according to our source, it's going to be the Trail Hunter. It's going to be the top dog.
I would second that. Sorry, dude. I would second that because look at this concept. They have unique front bumper, light mounts, tow hooks, recovery points. Look, there's a steel rear bumper, rock sliders, racks, tents. That costs money. All of those stuff. So if you add all of that to a Tacoma, your price will go up.
Well, I mean, it makes sense, right? So the Tacoma, as you guys probably know, is the most popular midsize truck in America. They sell over 200,000 units a year. And so to have this spread from like an SR5 all the way up to Trail Hunter, kind of, giving you what you want. You want the basic one? You want the work truck? Go for it. Or do you want the overlanding, desert running, rock crawling monster? Go for the Trail Hunter. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Except Roman, they need to give it bigger tires. These prototypes we've seen, kind of small tires.
And big mirrors on you. I'd flip that around. I'd go with bigger wheels.
Bigger wheels and shrink your. By the way, that looks like a Tundra mirror.
Yeah.
And the Sequoia mirror. We just recently tested the Sequoia.
Yeah.
And it had those towing mirrors. So I think they're serious about towing.
Look, here's what I would say. A lot of you guys are used to having a V6 in a mid-size truck. Like a lot of you were used to having a V8 in a full-size Tundra. And now that we've seen the Tundra, it's almost been a year, right, since we bought ours. So now that we've seen what the 3.5 twin turbo does in the Tundra, I can say I think it's actually a smart move. I think Ford went there a long time ago with their EcoBoost. Toyota followed. Now it just makes sense to go to both a smaller, turbocharged, hybridized powertrain, and a new trim level. That's why we feel this information is correct, because it just makes sense.
Yeah, and I think we have to face the facts. I think fuel economy standards are only getting tougher and tougher and tougher, right? So how do you satisfy those while maintaining towing and power and acceleration? You have to downsize your engine, right? Basically, and I think this is what Toyota is doing, and they're very good at doing that, right? Because they had hybrids. When did the original Prius come out? I mean,
Gosh,
in the 90s?
Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah.
So they know how to do this.
Yeah.
And they want to also utilize the engine across multiple vehicles, right?
Yeah, and for all of you, there's also all of you truck guys, we see the comments, read the comments that are terrified that electric trucks are the future. Here we have the next generation. It's not electrified completely, it's electrified slightly,
Yes.
but it's turbocharged, normally aspirated, which is great.
So there you have it. This is another confirmation. I cannot wait to see this truck.
Yeah, we've been waiting so long, so long.
When do you think they'll unveil it? Because I was thinking Chicago maybe, but we don't
Probably
know.
not. And by the way, over at TFL Car, we've also got some breaking news regarding the Land Cruiser on
Yes.
So
Land Cruiser? Yes, Land Cruiser.
Yes.
Well, we did a story last week.
I know.
Yes, but I bet you lunch it's not coming.
I know, you're going to lose that bet. So give us a little bit of time. We have to produce one more video. But over at TFL Car or alltfl.com, we'll have some breaking Land Cruiser news as well. And Andre, why are you selling your truck? People might want to know. I know you did a video, but people might want to know.
Yeah, so I'm selling my truck. I've had it for about 21 months, almost 2 years.
Yeah, you're going to get another truck.
And I feel like I really love it. I like the F-150 hybrid, but I want to experience more trucks.
So if you want to see which one he's buying instead, go to alltfl.com.
Which I haven't announced yet. Oh,
you haven't announced it?
No. A lot of people are guessing.
Oh.
But I haven't announced it yet.
Well, you told me. I know what you're getting.
Oh.
I'm not going to tell you. I'll let Andre. This is his truck. It's not TFL truck. So
Okay.
Thanks for watching. This is exciting. And we got to do a more video on the Land Cruiser. So see you over at TFL Car. Ciao.